What do Rob Jollis and Vincent van Gogh have in common? Unfortunately, not much, but we do share one common appreciation. We both value the power of simple things. These are the things that might not seem to be worth your time, but for me and Vincent, they are quite worth your time. Let's have ourselves a pocket sized pep talk, and you'll understand exactly what I mean.
A Pocket Sized Pep Talk, the podcast that can help energize your business and your life with a quick, inspiring message. Now, here's your host, Rob Jollis.
I purchased a new thermos the other day. I was looking for something else and found it quite by accident. It turned up on one of those pages on Amazon that says something like, if you like this that you purchased, you might even like that. At first, I dismissed the item completely because it just looked like a paper to-go cup I'd be given at just about any coffee shop. It had a white top on it, a slit in it to drink from. It even had what looked like a cardboard ring around the cup to keep the cup from being too hot to handle. Quite unexpectedly, though, I found myself smiling when I looked at the picture of that cup. I continued on my search for what I'd originally been searching for, but I was distracted by nagging thoughts about that thermos. It looked quite different from other thermoses or to-go cups, and in a sense, it looked painfully average. What was it that was drawing me back to it? And why was I still smiling thinking about it? Later that day, I went back to that to-go cup, and when I did, I found myself smiling again. Just seeing that to-go cup made me think of all the wonderful times I had over the years meeting family, friends, clients at various coffee shops. There's nothing like a nice hot cup of coffee or tea or whatever you put in a to-go cup to make everything right in the world. And it was then I figured it out. And I bought that dang to-go cup. In fact, I didn't just buy that dang to-go cup. I hatched a plan to create my own experiment. Was the response I was having to that to-go cup unique, an individual reaction, or would it have a similar effect on others who saw it? After all, most people think of having a cup of coffee or hot drink as a good thing, correct? And most people who drink these good hot beverages seem to enjoy them more at a coffee shop than at home, correct? Therefore, wouldn't you agree that seeing someone on screen who was sipping a hot beverage, speaking to you in a virtual environment like Zoom, would consciously or unconsciously affect the viewer in a positive way if drinking that beverage in a to-go cup? Wouldn't you also agree that 1% out of 20, and I'm being conservative here, or 5% of those who saw this to-go cup would have a similar reaction to the one that I had? Wouldn't they be significantly impacted in a positive way by this one simple move? For the record, this podcast has less to do with the to-go cups and more to do with what I call 5% moves. People literally thumb their noses at simple ideas like these because the impact isn't perceived as significant as they'd like it to be. The funny thing is this: I'm practically obsessed with moves like these 5% moves. The day-to-day activities I participate in are littered with moves just like these. Wearing color-friendly clothing for webcams, moving those cameras to eye level, sitting in a comfortable chair, decluttering your background, and improving your audio are all examples of 5% moves. And I'm just referring to Zoom calls. I'm a collector of 5% moves. So if you have any other moves that are even half as easy as this one, please send them my way. I promise I'll give them a good home here with me. They are indeed worth the effort. So please don't be shocked if you see me on screen conducting a seminar or participating in a coaching call and you notice a 5% move. It's getting a lot of use because sometimes I can partake in 6 meetings a day. Am I drinking 6 cups of coffee? Doubtful. Sometimes there may be nothing in my pretend to go cup. I'm fond of coffee, tea, water, and occasionally air. I'm also quite fond of 5% moves. One of my favorite quotes was spoken by someone else who I believed appreciated and valued 5% moves too, Vincent van Gogh. He said, "Great things are done by a series of small things brought together." By the way, I may have failed to mention that my new Pretend to Go cup keeps my hot beverage warm longer, keeps spills from being a disaster, and it's good for the environment. Dang.
Thanks so much for listening. If you enjoyed today's show, please rate and recommend it on iTunes, Outcast, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also get more information on this show and Rob at jollis.com.